everyone, my name is Marika Thomas, and first off, I'd just like to say thank you for following along with me as we take this journey to baby Thomas. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the journey. So I'm going to start from the beginning and catch you up to where we are now, and then we'll continue till we get to baby Thomas. So back in college, I found out that I had fibroids. I wasn't surprised because fibroids is hereditary within my family. So what I had to do was I would have to have my fibroids monitored every 3 to 6 months. Now, I knew I had fibroids for many years, but I didn't want to remove them because I knew I was not ready to have kids yet. And one of the things that my gynecologist said, you don't want to remove them too soon. They grow back. You have to do another surgery. Then you have to think about scar tissues and everything else that comes along with it. So if we can hold out or wait until you're ready to, say, get pregnant, then we could go that route. So until then, we would just monitor the fibroids just to make sure that they were not getting too big and that we were okay waiting. In 2018, I had my annual pap smear, my annual visit. And I said to my doctor, I think I want to have this surgery. I said, my periods are horrible. It got to the point where I had a period for 3 months. So I would have a period for 3 months, and then I would have a break for 2 weeks, and then I would get my period again. Through this time, I had really heavy bleeding, I had clotting, my blood count was dropping so low to the point they said, if it drops any lower, we're gonna have to give you a blood transfusion. And I was often dizzy, I was often tired, and I was just not, myself. And I said to the doctor, I said, you know what, I can't keep doing this. So I went to have the surgery. So we did all the tests, did everything, prepped me, for surgery. So I had my surgery February 2019. Now I had to have an open myomectomy. This is basically where they made an incision in my lower abdomen, so it's like a bikini cut to remove the fibroids. Now there are many different ways to remove fibroids, but because of the size of my fibroids, because of where they were placed, we had to go in and do an open myomectomy. Went in, did an open myomectomy, everything was successful. The surgery was about, I want to say 3.5 to 4 hours. They removed about 14 to 15 fibroids from my body. So just to give you an idea, prior to the surgery, my uterus measured that of a 6-month pregnant person, okay? So I had the surgery, I had to stay in the hospital overnight. I was able to leave. The next day, I went home. Recovery was brutal for the first 2 weeks, but I got through it. The first 6 weeks, I had to take it very easy, and then I had to get the all clear from my doctor that I was good to go. I could go to the gym, I could do normal activities that I was not able to do. So my doctor said to me, okay, we've had the surgery, you can start trying in 6 months. We don't want you to wait too long, like I said, and then you would end up with the fibroids again, and then we would have to have another surgery. Okay, fast forward, I got married in August of 2019. August of 2019, got married. Further down in the year, my husband and I decided, okay, 2020, we're gonna start trying to have kids. Now, in my head, I was like, okay, no problem. We removed the fibroids, everything else is fine with me. There's no issues with him. Easy breezy. Little did I know what this process would actually entail. And I'm just gonna walk you through on this journey, like everything I've been through, all the tests that I've had to do, the different surgeries, all the different medications that I have done to get to this point. I know I said it in my first post, and I'll say it again. This journey has been a lot. And there were many times that I did want to open up, but I had the fear of being judged, or just the fact that I am not a person that puts my personal business out there like that. So for me to actually sit and open up, it took a lot for me. But I said, you know what? There are a lot of other people that are going through this that they don't feel like they have a platform to talk, or they don't even know that other people are going through it. And that was for me, because honestly, before I got into this space, I didn't know much about infertility. I remember, when you're starting to think about getting pregnant, you hear people say, don't stress, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. It's not God's timing yet. There are many other things. And, as I'll take you through, I'll share all of that. I'll share the highs, the lows, because I really want you to understand what I've gone through and just to be on the journey with me. I'm not looking for sympathy, nothing of that sort. I just want to share, my journey with each and every one of you. And at any time, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to respond to my post. I have no problems having a conversation with you. So at this point, I'm just thankful that I'm able to go through this process, and I'm just trusting God that this will happen one day. It will happen one day. So thank you, and follow along with me.